I start?
Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. This is my first trip with Steamboat Mountain Outfitters, and I thought I'd go through what we brought and how we pack everything. Essentially, we've got a weight restriction of 50 pounds of personal effects, or whatever you can fit in this blue tub. So keep that in mind. So I'll start with the things that don't go in the tub. A shell, just in case the weather turns. Your rifle fits in a scabbard. I like to put mine in a sock. If you're going through a heavy buck brush, it will protect your gun a little bit. A couple of trekking poles for when you're carrying your meat out. My backpack, it's a Mystery Ranch. It just gets strapped to the top of a horse. But in it I like to carry two contractor bags. These are really heavy duty garbage bags. You can lay your meat out on it. You can turn into a quasi shelter. Use it as a rain gear if you really need to. An alcohol. Your binos, you wear these on your neck just so it doesn't go in your tub. And don't forget your water bladder. And this is a fully outfitted trip. We provided all your food, but you're going to need a bladder to walk in during the day. So I'm just going to show you what we keep in the tub and how much you can actually put in here and stay within the 50-pound weight limit. So here I've got an extra call. I have an assortment of rain gear, so rain pants and a heavy rain coat. Both of these you can pull out, put on the horse if you foresee getting rain during the day. I'm really prone to blisters, so I keep a first aid kit, and it's got just really simple essentials: antihistamines, some medication, calls, blister packs, band-aids, anything you might need while you're out in the field. I like to keep a pair of trekking shoes or Crocs for when I get back to camp. This gives your feet a really nice change of pace after you've been walking in your boots all day. And keep an insulated thermarest or sleeping pad. This is really important because down compresses, all your Thinsulate compresses when you're sleeping. Most of your accommodation, you're either going to be sleeping on the ground or on a slightly raised platform. So this has a fairly material R value, so it'll help keep you warm. So a thermarest or a sleep pad is a must. I bring a couple pounds of salt in case you have to dress out and tape something. I like to bring just basically one extra pair of pants. You can see we're in day 6 or 7 now. I haven't had to use them yet. More so just if it gets really wet. If you get caught in some rain, you need some dry clothes. My sleeping bag fits in there. This is a -10 or -15 rating down bag. I've got an assortment of extra clothing. So basically for a trip like this was a 10-day trip. I brought 5 pairs of shorts, 5 pairs of socks, and I brought some extra merino wool underwear in case it gets really cold, and a couple of extra shirts in addition to the 3 or 4 that I've already gone through. All of this fits in here very easily and keeps you well within the weight restriction. Because the weather can change here quite drastically, I've also got an assortment of gloves. So a pair of wool camp gloves, a pair of Borderlands winter gloves, and with me I pack a pair of hunting gloves. Additionally, I carry a kill kit, handful of game bags, knife sharpeners, extra knife, including the scalpels to tape out your kill. In addition to all that, I like to bring a pair of down pants and a light down jacket for glassing. If you're sitting out on the ridges in the heavy wind, it's always comfortable. Plus at night when things cool off a little bit, it's nice to have that. Bring a sill tarp, kind of an emergency tarp. Again, this is more dependent on, we brought it, we haven't used it, but if we thought we'd get stuck spending the night out, we've got something to get us out of the weather. We've got a sort of a utility bag. Got some baby wipes, cough drops, duct tape, camera lenses, some toiletries. All that fits in here. I keep my spotting scope and a tripod in the very bottom. Okay, so this is probably the heaviest thing that we have in the box. And I like to put it at the bottom. One thing with your clothes, it's really tempting to use a stuff sack. Using a stuff sack makes it really hard to fill your box efficiently. I personally like to take everything out, throw it individually, stack it, jam it in between everything, because you can cover way more ground. I've got a couple extra game bags here. Electronics, tons of electronic junk. I've got an InReach, which I take with me when we're going, my phone, which just makes typing on my InReach easier. Cables, extra battery booster, in case something dies. And this is actually pretty heavy. This is about 3 pounds, so there's lots of lighter alternatives you can use. I keep a GPS with me when I'm on the horse or when I'm traveling, packing around. Always mark where the camp is so I know how to get home at the end of the day. Here I got an assortment of extra shorts. Here an extra pair of gloves, so I'm up to 4 pairs of gloves now. I bring a small flask for medicinal purposes. You can put whatever you like in there. And then, believe it or not, we've still got room for a fine bottle of red wine. In case your buddy is successful in shooting an animal, you can have it with your back straps. And that's really all we have. So you can actually put an awful lot of stuff in here. And I can't say we found anything that we do differently. So there you have it. That's all up, I think, 55 pounds, including the plastic tub, which is probably 5 of those pounds.
Tubs are actually 12 pounds, and I think you're...
Is it?
Yeah.
So we're 55 pounds.
I think you're 50 pounds, actually.
50? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's lots of room. Just pack efficiently. One suggestion, if you're going to pack liquids, put them in the bottom of your tub, put your sleeping bag on the very top. In case that thing leaks, you don't want your sleeping bag wet and smelling like something really bad. That's all we have.